Hello and welcome to this video about Voidtrain, a small indie title that me and my girlfriend have been playing a little bit lately. It's quite fun. In Voidtrain you can modify your guns, and I will give you like 2 tips that I think is really useful in order to get like good guns really fast. If you go in here, you can choose what gun you want to modify. If we go into one of them, you see that you can switch out pretty much every part of the gun. What actually is important to know, like if we compare one of these parts, let's say the frame for example, like you can see here that they give like plus 15 damage, better fire rate, better stability, a little bit worse accuracy. So that seems like a good trade, right? It might still be, but there's something else that it doesn't really show when we kind of mouse over. If I would switch these out, if you look down here now, you see it's 22 plus 2 movement speed, and if I take the other one, it's plus 5 to global critical chance. So the parts down here, like all 4 of these, not these 2, but the 4 here, actually affect these small modifications that can be kind of really big for how the weapon behaves. Like sometimes it's even an alternate fire mode that will drop on one of these parts. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that these 4 things do drop. These things do not drop, but they still affect how the gun behaves. They don't have any global modifications to how the gun behave, like these ones, like 27 to global critical multiplier for example. They won't have that. So if I remove that, you can see nothing here changes, but what do change is accuracy for this one, and for the stock it can affect handling. So you can actually find stocks that give your gun a better handling and better accuracy, but they don't drop. So how do we get them? Well, whole weapons drop. But there's a problem. You can't really, if we take one of these out, now I can't really pick up the weapon. It doesn't really let me, only let me change the weapon. So if I want these sights and I don't have any other sight to put in there because they never dropped, how will I get it out if it's a good sight that I want to place on my main gun? Well, there is one thing you can do, and I actually think it's intended to be able to do like that. It's just not very intuitive. If we remove every single thing here, like this, so there's nothing left of the gun. Now the armor is actually empty, and we got all the parts in our inventory, and we can take the stuff we like and just throw the rest out into the void, the things we don't like, right? And then we can put together our gun from the parts we actually want to be there, right? So I think that's really helpful, because you can get like really good stuff from the guns that drop that you don't want the rest of the gun, just a single part, and especially for the sights and for the stock, right? That don't really drop. It's kind of hard to rip those stuff out unless you actually remove all the things. So that was all. Hope you found it helpful. Voidtrain is a really fun little title. It's not that much content, but you can probably get some 10-15 hours out of it. Cheers!